You know, I think I've developed a bit of a fear around painting. That sounds ridiculous, but I think social media has kind of changed what our perception of what miniature painting is. Let's go back to a wilder time. A time with colour. So much bloody colour. To paint this model, a Beastman for my Mordheim warband, I'm intentionally doing things a bit wrong. And I find this is the best way to get myself out of a creative block, or in this case, a fear of failing. I've painted this very organic model with a metallic base coat. My inspiration for this has come from trading cards and how holographic cards look. My instinct is this will look bad, but if not, it's a win. Now, I've put some acrylic colour on, but I'm also painting with oil paints, not just as a wash at the end, but as the main colour too. I'm trying to find a colour scheme for my warband also at the same time, and I decided this yellow wasn't working and decided to undo everything. It was feeling a little bit derivative of other miniature artists that I love. I gotta find my own thing. So this time though, I am going to spray it with a sealer, which is going to make the painting process a little bit easier with oil paints. This time around, I've decided after the metal base coat to do everything in oils entirely. I've always wanted to do this, but I've never really felt confident enough to do it. I figured now was a good time. Better than ever, really. Instead of painting in a typical way, using a base coat, a wash, and highlights, I'm wet blending directly onto the model. I do this by adding white to the base color to bring up the brightness that I'm looking for. I'll also mix in other colors from over the model too to tie them in together and add different depth. I find this style of painting very, very rewarding to my brain because it's less about a process and more of a push and pull of color to find what I'm looking for in the paint. God damn it. No. Oh, okay. First thing I did today was pick up my model to look at it, see my work from yesterday, and I put my finger straight on the freehand that I'd done. God, why? Man, that sucks so hard. I forgot it was oils. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. It looks kind of cool, kind of looks a bit otherworldly. I'm digging it. The next day, I tried to apply the knowledge that I had learned on a different model, trying to use the same colors, but in a different way, in a different context. If I can learn to use a limited color palette, my miniatures are going to have a certain look to them, and people will know that they're mine. Can I take this color palette and apply it to this and tie it in with both of the ones that I've previously done? And if I can do that, I think I'm pretty happy. I think. So I'm trying to develop a little bit of a visual language here. Everything that would be metal or black, I'm painting with this magenta color. For this guy and preceding models, I've also incorporated a bit of a shadow on the base as well, with a different color to the color that is touching the base. The color choices and use of textures was inspired by, what's his name? the Final Fantasy concept art guy. And in particular using red for the weapons and stuff, especially these blue color. You get it. When you see the images, you'll get it. This is what I've been painting.
They're so cool. Are they dry? Can I touch?
You can touch them at the edge of the bases. So Rachel is who inspired me to start painting with oil paints. Hang
really?
on. Because you painted this thing.
My little toad.
And you painted this with oils.
Yeah, because I started painting with your miniature paints, but I'm so used to painting with like vibrant oil colours because I usually paint on canvas.
Like you can see the texture of the brush strokes and stuff. I really like that.
That's what I find really confusing about painting on miniatures, is that most of the time, like, all the texture and the details there, and I'm used to having to make those shadows and things, so that's why I added little fun textures. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's very cool.
So now that I've got a colour scheme I like, I'm currently taking... Actually, I'll show you. I made a little backdrop to show off my miniatures, and this is going to be part of a zine. A zine that I'm doing with my friend Matt from Totally Not Panicking, which is super important why my paint scheme didn't look too derivative of his work. And these faces in the background of this box, they were sculpted by my friend Bill, Berserkerworks Bill, when he came to visit Australia. And it's literally black paint and white spray paint. It looks very effective. With how perfect painting on Instagram and Facebook is, I wonder if I do this sometimes as like a defense mechanism. Whether I make weird stuff, I paint in odd ways, or don't even paint at all. Whether that's to avoid criticism. You can't critique me if it's weird, or it's meant to be bad. And then I remember, nah, I just love it. Make weird stuff.